Vlogmas Day 11.
Just see those sleigh bells jingling, ring, ting-a-ting-a-ling. Lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Hold up, I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to switch it up and do something a little bit more chill. I'm gonna just do a get ready with me, and then I'm also gonna just do kind of like chit chat and kind of talk to you guys. What our conversation topic for today, I kind of just asked people on Instagram what they were thinking in the lines of like dating, like random things people would ask you like when you were dating them, stuff like that. So we're just gonna have like a little chat about that based on some of the stuff that I have from people that actually let me know stuff that they wanted to know. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with my makeup and then just kind of start with the first topic. This statement to me screams interview. I just want to get to know that person, meaning just like let's just have meaningful conversations and get to know each other. I don't think that asking me, tell me about yourself, and me having this whole elevator pitch of who I am is really going to do much. It's not a job interview, and I feel so ill at ease when people ask that question because, one, it just seems that you're doing this so much that you can't even genuinely strike up a meaningful conversation based on what I've written or based on things that I've said to you, that you have to ask me to tell me about yourself. It's just so generic. I can get that from a job asking you to tell me about yourself because they're just trying to interview you to see if you're qualified for the position. So that makes sense. But for dating, I feel like this is just one of those questions where I don't really like it much. And and a lot of people that, it was like at least 10 people that sent me the same thing. So a lot of people are just not liking this statement in particular because it's just very impersonal. And especially some of the people were like saying about online dating. So they're getting that from online dating as well as just a text message from people they've met in person. And I can see that. Like, either way, I feel like it's very impersonal. Instead of doing that, if you have this person's number, you can pick up the phone and just have a random conversation, but more of a meaningful conversation, which is why you should spend more time with yourself, getting to know yourself and the things that you like. So then when you pick up the phone to actually talk to somebody, you're talking to them about meaningful things that make your life great, or things that you love about yourself, things that you're getting into and things like that. So I feel like that is the key for not like asking that question. And then as far as online, the key to not asking that question is most of the time people that are serious about looking for someone have written something in their bio. So read their bio, kind of go ask a question based off that bio and go from there. Don't ask questions that you can easily get the answer to online. You know what I'm saying? That makes like people feel like, dang, did you read my profile? What's that about? Like, that's so crazy to me. Like, it doesn't make any sense. I think that's enough on that topic, but I think you guys get the point. It's more of an interview and not like a really wanting to get to know you. And this one, I have gotten this, and I think I talked to one of my good girlfriends about it as well, and we had a really great dialogue on it. But I told her, I got like this from two people, but I told her that a lot of guys were recently asking me, like, do you want kids? Like, do you see yourself having kids in the next couple of years? Why are you worried about my uterus? Like, we're not married. That's my opinion on this. Like, why are you worried about me having children and when am I gonna have them? Like, I don't even know if I like you, and you worrying about how many kids I'm gonna have or if I'm gonna have kids and things like that. I can understand you asking me, do I like kids, things like that. Maybe, but not even on the first like few dates, because like, why does it matter? I don't even know you enough to care if you like kids on the first couple of dates, because I don't know that I'm gonna see you. So it just doesn't make sense for me. So I don't physically understand when someone asks like, do you want kids, because you don't know me enough to ask me something that personal. And then if we do delve in that conversation, it feels like all of the time I answer that question with, hey, I'm not married, so therefore I don't think about these things. There's nothing for me to talk about as far as this topic because I'm not married. Oh, are you never gonna have kids? I have never met a woman that didn't want to talk about kids. It didn't like, but why though? Why are we talking about kids and I don't even know you? Like, what's the point of that? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. So, and it's not just like I guess somebody would say like, oh, it's just these certain type of guys. No, these are lawyers, doctors, engineers, information technology specialists, people that have certified degrees, and people that are master's degree holders, doctorates, all of that jazz. And it don't matter. So for me, I just feel like I just don't want that to be a question. And for the girl that sent this question to me, because it actually resonated with me, she said that she had the same thing. I don't know what's going on. Like, do people like just like the feeling of being a baby mama, baby daddy? And again, no shade at people who had kids in that situation, because it happens. But if you have somehow made it to a place in your life and you haven't been in a situation to have this happen to you, why would you look towards it? And it seems like people are looking more towards situationships and baby mama, baby daddy relationships than actually being together seriously. So that kind of is really weird for me, because I'm like, well, I just don't understand that. Like, I feel like I would need to get a male's perspective on what would be the purpose, and I feel like I will, ask somebody and figure out like what is the reasoning behind that, because there has to be a reasoning behind it. Because again, if somebody's asking it, you can't really ask the guy that's asking you, because it becomes a really awkward, weird situation. So you probably don't want to do that. But yeah, so the next thing I wanted to kind of touch on was this one is not really a question or even dating. This is just something that people were asking me about my opinion on Instagram, based on some of the stuff that recently has been happening over a couple years. Do I feel like it's okay for women to propose to men? If you know me, you know that I'm not gonna be okay with this. Like, that this is not gonna be my jam. I'm not going to think that in no way, form, or fashion that this is cute. I don't understand when women started wanting to take the man's role. I get it, you want to be equal and everything, but let's be real here. No relationship is equal. No relationship is 100% equal. At some point in every relationship, somebody is giving more than the other person. It's always a give and take. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, that's kind of getting off the topic, but as far as, I don't think that's okay. I really don't think it's okay for a woman to do that, because it's a man's role. I don't think, and I know there's going to be some man that watches this video and they say like, oh, women want to be equal and they should be able to do it. They should be able to propose to me. Who wants that man? Who wants a man that wants a woman that acts like a man? Like, that is completely ludicrous. Like, no self-respecting woman wants to get on her knee and propose to a man. It doesn't say, and for the people that don't believe in the Bible, that's cool, but this person does. So it doesn't say she that findeth a husband findeth a good thing in the Bible. It doesn't say that. It says he that findeth a wife findeth a good thing. So with that being said, personally, I don't think that I can propose to a man because essentially I can't really find my husband. Like, again, I have to prepare myself. I have to be ready. I have to make sure that I'm approachable, that I'm healthy, that I'm all these things and ready to receive that person. But going out to actually just being in that space to actually do something about that once we're actually dating and asking him to marry me because he's not asking me fast enough. Here's the thing, if you're of a certain age, I think, and a guy's not asking you to marry you fast enough, he probably doesn't want to marry you. I know that's a hard pill to swallow because it's been a hard pill for me to swallow in relationships. But if a man doesn't want to be with you, he will be indifferent. It will take him forever to make up his mind. He won't know because he doesn't know. And that's not throwing shade at any man, because if a man doesn't know that he wants to be with you, he just doesn't know, and that means he's gonna need more time. And a lot of times more time doesn't do anything but solidify that he doesn't want to be with you. So again, after a year and nothing has been talked about as far as us being together seriously, do you see marriage? Then he probably doesn't. Men aren't that difficult. They don't take that long to make decisions. They're not as wishy-washy as women are with these things. Like, we're definitely a lot more wishy-washy when it comes to making decisions and things of that nature, especially decisions that affect our long term. I'm not saying that, all women are wishy-washy and we can't make decisions. Men just don't emotionally make decisions this way. So since they don't emotionally make decisions this way, they use more of their brain to just be like, is this a good way to do this? Do I really? And they do the pros and cons. But again, there's like some breakdown with all of this, especially in modern dating today, because people kind of look at dating as a checklist, right? So this checklist of, sorry guys, this checklist of who I actually want versus who I don't want. So they're like, oh, I want him to be, and this is even women too, right? Even myself, I'm guilty of this. I want this girl to be fine with a big butt, I want her to have a really tiny waist. I want her to wear heels every day. I want her to look like a model. I want her to be at least 5'5", or I want her to be short. And they just like put all of these qualifications on a person until, like, really, I'm not saying that a person like that can't exist. And even for women, I want him to be tall. I want him to have muscles. I want him to have a chin like Ryan Gosling. Actually, I want him to look like Ryan Gosling. I want him to be Idris Elba. Whoever it is that you fancy and who you want your significant other to look like. But at the end of the day, like, those are just checklists. You want someone to match who you are as a person, not to be you. So they need to be a reflection of you, and they also need to be someone who's able to partner with you. And someone who's able to partner with you possibly is nothing like you at all. They may be the complete opposite of you. Obviously you want to have likenesses with this person, and you want to have things in common with them, but you don't want to focus too heavy on, oh, this person is not like the tallest. Like, again, I am at fault for this a lot because I really like tall guys. However, comma, period, I won't not date someone because they're 5'6". That's about the shortest I will go. But that's just because I love wearing heels, and I like to feel like, hey, I can wear heels and I can really, because I just don't feel comfortable wearing heels with somebody that's really, really short. So certain things just don't make me feel comfortable, and I get that. So, but either way, I've still given guys that were short a chance, and it still ended up to nothing. So it's like, you give somebody that's not exactly what you want a chance, and you ended up to nothing, you might as well just do exactly what you want. But I don't have so many qualifications, like physical qualifications for a guy, that I literally pull everybody out of the running. And a lot of times, especially in modern days, because of so many girls being naked online, and all these Instagram models, and nothing wrong with that, get it how you get it how you live. But because of the culture, and men being able to wake up and see booty online all day, every day, free 99, that the culture is so eroded with that type of that nonsense, really, that basically someone that is a good person, that is not looking to be a part of that, those characteristics, is like, well, what is wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? Something has to be wrong with that person, because they're the opposite of what you're used to seeing. And I can see that, because you feel like, I'm so used to this certain type of thing, that this new thing is just so weird, and I just don't understand how that could be, and what's wrong with that person for not being like all the others. But in fact, that person is just a unicorn, and they're special. So, but anyways, I got severely off topic. Again, I just don't think that women should propose to men at all, ever. It's just not a thing. You can do whatever you want to, but it's just not something I think I would ever do. The next thing I had as a question: do I think people should be equally yoked? And the answer is yes. Hear me out. I believe people should be equally yoked because it makes it easier. Meaning, if you're an atheist, date an atheist. If you're a Buddhist, date a Buddhist. If you are a Christian, date a Christian. And Catholic, date a Catholic. There may be some wiggle room with the whole Catholic and Christian thing, I believe. Maybe a couple of those religions, maybe some wiggle room, because of them essentially having a lot of the same core beliefs. But especially the atheist one. If you're an atheist, you should not date a Christian. You know what I'm saying? Not that an atheist is a bad person. An atheist can be probably, in my opinion, an atheist can probably be better than somebody who is a Christian. And I don't care. You can come for me if you want to, but I've met people that were atheists that were the nicest people ever, and Christians. And I went to church and been in church with Christians that were horrible people. They treated people so horribly. They were so judgmental. They didn't care how they spoke to people. They didn't care how anything. All it was, oh, they're Bible thumpers, and that's great that you know the Bible, but do you actually live it? And it's okay to not live it all the time. We are all human, and we all fall short of God at all times. And even if you try your hardest, you're not going to be able to always be in line with what God wants you to do. But with that being said, you still have to make the choice to find someone who is equally yoked to you. So that's pretty self-explanatory. You want someone who matches, in our terms, matches your fly, right? So if you things that are really important to you that are not bendable, that person needs to be on the same wavelength with those things. it doesn't need to be a fighting battle, right? Because if everything becomes a fighting battle, you're surely going to lose. There's going to be a divorce coming. There's going to be a breakup coming if you're in a just relationship, right? Or just dating. You're going to want to start wanting to date that person because it's very important to have those likenesses, because those are the foundation of building that relationship. Obviously, there should be multiple foundations. If it's not God, it should be whatever it is that you are acclimated to. And I believe that with all my heart. It shouldn't be, oh, I don't care, you know, I don't care if he's an atheist, he's such a good person. But riddle me this. You might not care if he or she is an atheist, but they're just such a good person. But think about once you have a child, you know, how are you guys going to raise them? Right? Are you going to raise them atheists? Are you going to, you know, that's going to become a problem. Sorry. That's going to become a problem because that person that's the atheist is going to want that child to know about how they feel and their opinions, right? So they're going to feel like they're unheard, and that's going to be when that major fork in the road where you're just like, ooh, I don't know if this will work because we're just so different. And it is so different. Like, if you think about it, like, that's just like a really big thing. And it's not, I can't say that it's, again, like I said, I feel like some atheists that I have met in my life have been way better people than Christians. But there are some amazing Christians. So I can't discount the whole everybody of being Christian because of those Christians that were horrible. So I don't try to do those things like that. I try to feel as if, like, okay, yeah, it is some horrible Christians out there, but it also is some horrible atheists. It also is some horrible everything else. So you just kind of gotta treat it with a grain of salt and keep moving to find somebody that is just equally yoked to you, because just finding someone equally yoked doesn't mean that they're going to be the right person for you, because equally yoked, that just means that they are on the same wavelength. You still got to find out compatibility, but that comes after finding out those core frequencies of the situation. So with that being said, guys, those are the questions and my opinions on everything that people sent over to me. Thanks so much, guys, for watching the video today and staying to the end. Let me know your opinions on these topics as well. I would love to talk to you in the comment section below about what you think on these topics, and kind of like we can just see, like, are our opinions the same? Like, even the tangents that I went off on, like, are you on the same wavelength as that? But anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. I will see you in Vlogmas Day 12. Bye.
Just see you go straight back.